Hi, I'm Gaurav. I'm the co-founder of Asanify, and I welcome you to the introduction video of Asanify, the end-to-end HRMS and the payroll management system. I'm glad if you're watching this video, that means you have clearly taken the first step towards automating all the people-related processes that may be there in your company. You may be there as a first-time user of an HRMS, or you possibly may be using a system already. When you go through this video, and I will create a smaller capsule of each module separately, but you would have felt some of the pain points that either could be that your company has grown in scale and you're finding it difficult to manage things manually, or you must be using some system where you are possibly not happy with the entire experience that you're getting out of your HRMS. At Asanify, we focus very, very strongly on making sure that the platform is not just rich in features, but it also has the ease of access so that using HRMS or activities like running the payroll literally become like a click of a button activity without any hassle. So over the next 5 or 10 minutes, I'll give you a broad overview about how Asanify works and how we are able to simplify this whole people management for fast growing startups or young companies who are graduating from managing things manually to now having a system in place. Please keep in mind when you are evaluating a system for to be implemented for your company, it is not just about what all features are there. Obviously, it's a very important point. As you can see on my screen, Asanify does have all the features that you are possibly thinking about, and we'll go through the slight details about how each of these modules function. But whenever you are evaluating, do look at each module from the lens of how easy it is to use, how flexible it is to accommodate the different policies or the requirements that you may have, how configurable it is. You should be able to configure your policies the way you want and with complete flexibility. And lastly, on the basis of what kind of customer support that the platform offers you. We work with about 1,500 odd customers across the country. Some of those companies are publicly listed companies as well. Some of our clients are global clients as well. We take a lot of pride in the fact that on these parameters, ease of use, flexibility, how configurable the platform is, customer support, we have been consistently rated the highest platform by some of the prestigious rating companies like Capterra, which is a Gartner company, or Software Suggest, which is a leading company. So before we get into the details, I'd be very happy to show you how Asanify has been consistently rated the best or the best in terms of ease of use for attendance tracking, leave management, payroll software, both for the year 21-22 and now. You will see that our rating has not dropped. And while rating is just an indicator, there's a lot of effort that goes behind this customer satisfaction. And we are proud to say that we are and we continue to be the highest rated platform when it comes to these things. I hope you have a very good experience with Asanify as well, and we really look forward to having you on board very soon. Having said that, we'll jump right into what the platform is all about. As you can see here, there are multiple modules, right from hiring to people management to payroll or the salary components, how you want to create it, investment declaration, payslip generation, leave, attendance, performance management, expense reimbursement, etc., etc., etc. As you'll go through the video and some of the other videos that I'll put out, you will see that for a fast growing business or a young startup or even a small entity which may be as small as 5, 10, 20 people strong, the requirements of their people management would fall into one of these categories. Yeah, let me quickly touch upon the hiring module. When you'll see the hiring module, one of the first things that Asanify allows you to do is creating a careers page where you can post the jobs. You can have your job postings going out on LinkedIn. We are integrated with Naukri.com, and a bunch of other websites are also coming up, which will allow you to hire better. Now, that is the first part of hiring where you are posting out the job. What happens when the candidate applies? The careers page that Asanify can create for you, you can put out that link for candidates to apply on. They can upload their resume. You can create an evaluation form, you can schedule interviews, and also you can send out the offer letters. This templates module that you see within hiring is very powerful because you may be hiring, let's say, interns, full-time employees, consultants, and the offer letter that goes out may be different for each. Asanify allows you to have an unlimited number of templates. So whichever candidate you may be hiring, the sending out of the offer letter becomes a one-click activity where the template is already created on the platform and you can simply shoot it out from the system itself where the PDF gets generated and the offer letter gets sent out. Yeah. What happens after the hiring is done? Once the employee is on board, you need a platform which is rich enough to capture all the details of the employee. I will quickly go into the window which will show you the profile information of an employee. You will see that there are multiple tabs for each employee, all their work related information, personal information like, what is their personal email ID, their emergency contact number. All of this can easily be seen, can be captured on Asanify. If I go to the salary tab, you will see that, employee CTC with the exact breakup of each component. And each of these components, mind you, are customizable. You may have mobile reimbursement as a component. You may have flexi benefit plan for your company. All of these nuances in salary is well supported by Asanify. Also, you will see on the right hand side on the salary tab, there are multiple things like if you want to revise the salary after the increment from a future month, you may want to update the salary which has already been entered on the system. You will have a view on all the past salaries of the employee so that at any point in time, you know when the last increment for that employee had happened. You can issue salary advances, or if there are any perquisite related taxes, those can be captured in the system as well. Yeah. Then all the claims that the employee may be putting, it becomes like a single repository of all your employee related information, right from their leave policies that have been allocated to the attendance policy to the payroll history. At any point in time, you can go and check for any employee what has been the payout across all the months in the financial year. The differentiating factor that we allow you when we say configurability, sometimes you may want to capture things which are non-standard about an employee. Let's say I want to capture the food preference of an employee, whether he's veg or non-veg, or whether she is a t-shirt size is medium or large. And these are the things which are important because when it comes to events or get-togethers, you may want to know this and you may not have the time to go and collect that information at that time. Asanify allows you to customize these fields exactly to your liking. I can literally create any type of field. As a sample, you can see that, second vaccination dose taken for COVID, which date was it taken? Or what is the laptop serial number that has been assigned as an asset from the company side? So in terms of completeness of employee information, Asanify will give you a complete picture on the employee profile. And that is a very powerful view because it allows you to have a single window of entire information about the employee. Yeah. There's also an org chart module where you'll be able to see for your company who reports to who. And this will be important because it will allow you to map the people in the right hierarchy. And when they are applying for leaves or attendance regularization, etc., it will flow through the right channel. This org structure view will also enable your employees to see who reports to who, so that in case they want to reach out to anyone in your division, or in case a particular employee is not available and you want to reach the reporting manager, this view becomes very useful in that case. Yeah. I will go back to our apps view. So we've seen the people information. Payroll is one of the distinguishing features of Asanify. We are proud to claim that if you're running your HRMS on Asanify, running the payroll should literally be like a 10-second or a 15-second activity for you. You can customize the salary components the way you want. You can run the payroll at the click of a button, irrespective of how your salary structure is. Employees can obviously select new regime, old regime of tax the way they want. They can declare their investments online. Once you run the payroll, one of the nuances for anyone who has run the payroll themselves is whether the numbers are accurate or not. Asanify allows you to compare the payroll for the month with respect to the last month for each of the employees across each of the components. So at any point, I will know that employee A, the basic salary in this month that I'm paying out is this much. Last month, was there a delta or not? And the moment you compare this payroll before you confirm and finalize it, it just gives you a sense of confidence that whether the accuracy of the system or what you have done is correct or not. Yeah. So all these components put together comprise what we call the payroll module. I will have a detailed 10-minute sort of a video on how you run payroll on Asanify. But right now you can just get a sense that how easy it is to do it using the system. The last thing that also is very important when it comes to people management is managing their leave and attendance. Now, for any company, these policies are extremely nuanced. In India, especially, we see that companies follow different kinds of attendance policies. You may have flexi hours in some case. You may want to have 6 days working week for some employees and 5-day working week for some other employees. Each of these nuances can easily be configured on the system. And what is more, you can assign it at an employee level. I can very easily say that these 10 people in my company are following this attendance policy and the other 20 are following some other kind of policy. And once that is done, the system will be able to see who was present, absent, full day, half day, late coming. All those nuances can get captured through the attendance module. Like I said, the real beauty of the system does not come from capturing leave or capturing attendance. It is how easily you can do that. And that is where our integrations come in very handy. Asanify is integrated with Slack, MS Teams, as many of you might be using these platforms. So it makes your HRMS chat friendly. You can easily mark your attendance, apply for leave, approve those requests on these channels directly without even logging into Asanify. We are also integrated. In fact, we are probably the only system in the country which is integrated with WhatsApp as well. Your employees can just open WhatsApp and they can save the Asanify number where they can mark their attendance by saying in and out. You can have tighter controls like selfie based attendance, or I want to geofence my people so that they are able to mark their attendance when they are only in a certain location. All those configurations are completely flexible and you can do it directly from Asanify. Yeah. Going back to our apps module, you'll see that there are other modules like timesheet, KPI, performance management, goal tracking. If you are a relatively small company with 20, 30 people, you may not have felt the need for having a performance management module. Or if you are, let's say, 50 or 100 people strong, you might have been doing the year-end appraisal system like most conventional companies do. Asanify follows an OKR-based goal setting and tracking of KPIs and key results on an ongoing basis. At any point in time, you can create those goals at an employee level or a department level or at a company level. And from a management perspective, you'll have a real-time information on how you are performing on those goals and which areas are doing well, which areas are not doing well, and so on and so forth. I would strongly urge you to go through the details of the performance management module, and it's about a 20 or a 30-minute video that will give you a complete sense of how you can use Asanify to do that for your company if you're doing it already, or if you're not doing it yet, it will give you a good understanding of how you may want to start tracking these things. For most companies, and especially the fast growing startups, we always are running behind the numbers, and very often we miss out on keeping track of these smaller deliverables. So our timesheet module, KPI tracking, and OKRs are good tools to stay on top of those things before it gets too late. Yeah, there are other modules like expense reimbursement. All the reports that you might want from the system are easily downloadable in the Excel sheet itself. So your leave reports, your attendance report, your employee report, each of these is available in an Excel downloadable version for you to take it out anytime. Yeah. So you might want to take a step back and look at what your requirements are and how any of these modules that you see on your screen right now might help you achieve those objectives using Asanify as a tool. Yeah. Last thing that I want to touch upon before we get into the detailed modules is in different companies, you might want to have different level of authorities for people. You might have seen other HR management systems. I'm proud to say that we are the only ones where it is completely customizable to your nuances of the company. So let's say if I want to create an approval flow for, let's say, how my comp of approval will flow, or how my attendance regularization will flow, or expense requests how it should flow, I can change it exactly to the way I want it. Let's say I don't want the manager to approve the expenses. I can create a skip level approval where only if the employee is the L2 manager of the requester, it will go directly to that. Yeah. Or I may say that any such requests which are coming in should flow to an employee where the designation is equal to admin or HR admin. These flexibility on the HR system will become very, very important as you go about implementing that in your organization. I hope you find the next few videos on each module also very useful. Our team must be in touch with you already. If not, please feel free to reach out to us. Our contact details are mentioned on our website, and I look forward to having you on board very soon. Thank you so much for watching this introduction video of Asanify.